Welcome back to Dubbzi Bricks for another episode of Building Gotham City in Lego. I'd like to start off by saying a massive thank you to Klaus at Brickery Do for all of the donations lately. I really do appreciate it, Klaus. Your support to the channel is absolutely fantastic. So again, a massive thank you to you. Now in this update, I want to concentrate on this area just here where the Wayne Terminus is going to be, and obviously the Wayne Tower itself as well. So first of all, what I need to do is work out the level that it's going to be at the front here. So I'm probably going to make it so it's level with the road just there. So I need to build the supports up, put the grate along the front of it, and then I decide whether or not I actually build out on the front. Because there's going to be a section of road where the cars are actually going to pull up to, I thought it might be better to have support pillars there as opposed to shops below it. So just need to work out that side of things. Once I've done that, I can then build the wall on the inside going all the way around. But what I also need to do is work out how I'm going to have the support struts going across the top of that, which is going to be able to take the weight of this massive building here. There's a lot of weight in Lego there. So again, just need to work out exactly how that's going to be. Once I've done all of that, then I can start to work out how I'm going to be building the Wayne Tower into the actual raised platform itself. So an exciting few episodes coming up with this particular section of Gotham. But without further ado, let's get the bricks and plates out and let's get building. And before we start work on this section here, I need to work out how the Batmobile is going to be getting out of this area. So this is going to be the Old Wayne Terminus building. So we can have the platforms there, the bridge that goes across, as you see in the Batman movie, but it's obviously no longer in use. So again, I need to work out how I'm going to do the connection from this area to the Wayne Tower, but where people obviously can't get down to it and it's all blocked off in its disused state. Now I need to work out where the ramp's going to be that gets the Batmobile out of this area up to the surface. I don't want to go across the table because you've got the railway track there. It's just not going to work. I was thinking about this area just here. However, again, we've got a train line that's going through just there. So it's going to have to be quite a steep road, which isn't a massive issue. This is the Batmobile. It's got the power to get up there. However, it will be popping out right next to the Wayne Tower. So I don't think that's going to look right. So I'm thinking about having the ramp along this section here. Again, it is going to be quite steep, but the plus side is it will pop out alongside this railway line. So all of a sudden the Batmobile is whizzing along, and then I'll do it so it can just cut across the actual railway track and enter Gotham City. So I think that's the way I'm veering at the moment towards doing it. I think I could also make that look quite cool, that section just there. So yeah, we just need to confirm that that is the idea that we want to go down the route of. Then once I've done so, I know exactly how I'm going to be constructing that section. And there are the two mills plates all joined together and back on the table just to make sure that it all lines up properly. As you didn't notice from that time lapse, I did have to correct it a fair few times as I didn't quite line up just right. So yeah, got there eventually. Now the plan is I'm going to put a brick wall along the edge, just on this lower plates, just here and here, and then some steps that lead up to the platform. Now we're going to have the main stairs that go over the platform on either side, just down the end there. And then what I'm planning on doing is having it so that the Batmobile is worked on over on this section, and I'm going to do a temporary support which goes over the railway line so that Batman can drive the car from this section and then up the road, which will be over on this side here. So that's the plan at the moment. Now what I'm going to be doing is working out how I'm going to do the support struts at the front here. We're going to be having it so there are steps coming down from the raised platform just there, which will then come down to around about the level where that white brick is just there. So that's where the roof is going to be for this section. So I'm going to then on top of that have the entrance to the Wayne Tower. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, I'm sure it will do once we build it all up. With this wall here, I'm going to probably step it back as much as possible, probably to where those support pillars are just there. Just give me that little bit more room in this section, as I want to have a terminal where Bruce Wayne can sort of look at the back computers. There's obviously going to need to be the tools for working on the Batmobile and all that good stuff. So yeah, plenty of planning to do here. It isn't a massive area. It looks relatively good, but size-wise, however, I know as soon as you start putting the Batmobile in and things like that, it is going to sort of like look a lot smaller. So anyway, let's take this back over to the table and start working on the section at the back just there. And that's the support structure all ready for the Wayne Tower to go on top of it. Now on the front section here, we have had one very slight technical problem. The slope here, or the inverted slope should I say, I had some single ones coming out here as well. However, when you slide this onto the table, it hits the other parts of the raised platform area. So I'm going to have to make sure this is totally smooth going up the sides. On the front, I could put some snot bricks and then I could add some details to the front of it, which is what I'll probably end up doing. I don't want to leave it just plain. Although there's going to be a road on the top, it would be nice to add a few more details if I can. So I just need to modify the top of the brickwork along here, and then I can plate off this entire section and then start building the wall up there, which is going up against the higher raised platform. And here we have the latest section all in place, and we've discovered one very slight technical problem already. Just here there is a piece of track. It's one of the split tracks, switch tracks, sorry, and it's not actually connected yet. And the problem that I had when I was building this was on the switch track you have this little bit here that comes out, and that lines up, I think it's just here. Yeah, it's just behind this section just here. So where it was going over between two mills plates, I couldn't slide this into place. It was just getting in the way. So I've now got to somehow put my arm through and connect all the track together. So there's two bits of track that need joining just here and here, and then it's obviously got to be joined there. But it was quite awkward just getting the bit of switch track disconnected from the two bits of track in there already. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting how I go about doing that. What I might have to do is remove this section of Mills plate just here, slide this down, reattach it, and then slide this bit back onto the track. So yeah, it's going to be quite the challenge getting that done, and I'm sure there's going to be a fair bit of frustration flying around whilst I do it, but I'm sure we'll get there. Now, with this section here, with the Old Wayne Terminus, the plan is, as mentioned, I'm going to have some steps coming up, going across, and there'll be steps coming down the other side as well. I'm going to have one centre pillar in here, which is going to help to take the weight of the building above. But what I'm thinking about doing is, from the top of where the stairs are, we'll have some more stairs behind it, which go up, probably go that way, then come back. And they'll lead to a building above, which is going to be the entrance to the Old Wayne Terminus, and that's going to be look like it's all boarded up, blocked off, so you can't actually get into it anymore. Or that's the plan at the moment. So when people had got off the train at the Old Wayne Terminus back in the day when it was in use, you'd gone up the stairs, you'd walked around to the front of the Wayne Tower to come into there, if that's where you were going to. That building will have a doorway on the back, which again be blocked off, and it'll be pushed right up against the structure of the Wayne Tower here. And I think that's a good way that I can make it so that you've got the Old Wayne Terminus train station here integrated in a way to this building, but without it actually being there, as I want this to look like a building that's still in use now, whereas originally it was going to be a deserted Old Wayne Tower. This is just now the Wayne Tower, the design on the Old Wayne Tower, if that makes sense. So I want to have it so that you can still have minifigures roaming around in here, but obviously we don't want them to be able to have access to the back cave, or Wayne Terminus back cave sort of thing below it there. So yeah, so that's the plan. So yeah, it's going to be a challenging update next week, just trying to get that track all together, and then we'll carry on building this all around and getting the road section all coming out of the Wayne Terminus here. So exciting times ahead. Somebody did ask in last week if I could do before and after pictures. So here is before, the front and the inside of the Wayne Terminus, and here is what it looks like now. So yeah, nice bit of progress made this week. Anyway, that's all we have time for. Hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham City in Lego, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for popping on by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.